Hey, Tim, good to see you.
What's up, Mike?
We know that you like guys with chips on their shoulders. What was it that spoke to you about Bones, and why were you guys so excited to get him?
Just an intense passion for the game. I talked to a really smart college coach today, and he told me something that stuck with me. Some guy, the three L's. He said some guys, live it, like it, love it, or live it. And I think this guy's he lives it. He just has an infectious energy. It's not unique to the basketball court. It's you walk in a room with him, the guy puts a smile on your face. Certainly his ability to play both guard positions. He's got endless range. He's got a creative offensive game, and he just loves to play ball. You know, he's a hooper, and we've had some good luck with those type of guys, and we're excited to have him.
Harrison Wynn, DNVR.
Hey, Tim, good to see you. Bones was talking about the pre-draft interview he had with you guys and how he just really felt a connection. Can you take us inside that pre-draft interview as much as you can? And I guess, did you feel that connection with him also?
You know, when we talk to these guys, it can't be easy. You know, you walk in the room, 5, 6, 7 adults, and we know everything about them. So we try to make it as casual and informal as possible to let them relax and also get to know us. So he walked in and we told him to kind of relax, and he certainly relaxed. He made himself right at home. I think he gave us a couple of verses of a recent song. I don't know if it's released yet, but he gave us a couple of verses on a song he's working on. And it was very natural. We talked to him again 2 days ago on a Zoom call. Again, we felt like energetically and culturally, he's a guy that really fits kind of who we are.
Alex Labadou, Nuggets.com.
Hey, Tim, I was curious what you thought of draft night as a whole, your experience with it, and some of the moves that had gone on throughout the night.
It was really confusing. There were so many moves. There was so much movement. We just kind of finished the board trying to figure out who's where, what players ended up with which teams. It's a fun night. This was not an ideal draft year. Didn't get to see most of these guys play in person. Limited interaction, even with the workout process. We weren't able to bring as many guys in as we generally would. So it was challenging. Hopefully there's somewhat of return to normalcy as we approach next season. But as always, it's fun. It's a really enjoyable night. My title says one thing, but I just really, really enjoy scouting these players, getting to know them, trying to see what could potentially make our team better. So it's always a blast.
Vinny Benedetto, Denver Gazette.
Hey, Tim, I know there's a lot of things that still kind of have to be determined and figured out, but if things shake the right way, is Bones a guy you could see contributing as a rookie, or is there anything kind of developmentally planned for him at this point?
Yeah, I think that's up to Mo and his staff. He does some things that potentially could translate, but we don't want to put any undue responsibility or expectations on him. We're a very good team with a lot of depth at those positions. I think our coaching staff's the best in the NBA. They do a fantastic job developing the guys. So we'll get him in the gym and see what he can and cannot do and go from there.
Michael Kelly, Associated Press.
Yeah, Tim, was Bones a guy that you had targeted knowing that you were going to be at 26, but did you also explore moving up or moving down based on if he was still available?
Yeah, you have a million conversations, most of them lead to nothing, but he was a guy throughout the process we had circled. Again, we thought his ability to create his own shot, to play on and off the ball as a freshman, he played primarily on the ball. He's got great length, a shade over 6'9" wingspan. And again, I've said it a couple times, but his personality and his passion for the game and life is something that really appealed to us.
Ryan Blackburn, Denver Stiffs.
Hey, Tim. Is there anything that stands out in Bones's game that if it's just the one thing that he adds to it that you feel like he could really surprise a lot of people, that he could outperform his draft position and really be a big hit?
Well, I mean, he's got a nose for scoring the ball. He's got in the arena range, got extremely deep range. He's one of the better shooters we saw in this draft, and he's got a flexibility and creativity to this game that's not super common right now. I think he's a guy you can tell that grew up playing on playgrounds and playing a lot of basketball. 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. So he's got a whole lot of things he brings to the table, and it'll be fun to see how he develops and how we can help him achieve his vast potential.
We'll go back to Harrison Wynn, DNVR.
Tim, when you look ahead to free agency, what kind of things are you going to be looking for in terms of how you kind of round out this rotation, whether it be offense, defense? How do you want to complete this rotation ahead of next season?
I want to be healthy. That's number one. If we get that done, it'd be awesome. We constantly sit down as a staff with Mo and his staff. Where do we have weaknesses? Can we address those weaknesses? I think we got a bunch of guys that are free that we'd like to bring back. Keep our fingers crossed. We'll bring back as many of those guys as we can. We thought prior to the injuries, we had a pretty complete team. We like our core. We like the pulse of our locker room. We like the competitive spirit. We'll be pretty picky when we're looking at the type of guys we're going to add to that mix.
Mike Singer, Denver Post.
Hey, Tim, you just said, you liked the team prior to the injuries. Is it the kind of thing where not a lot has to change, where you feel like, bringing the majority of the guys back will kind of get you back to where you guys were, assuming health in X amount of months? Yeah,
I mean, I talked to, it's funny, I was talking to Jamal, and you pick your brains on some of your vets about what you can add. And he was like, it's pretty easy. We just need health. You can't control health, obviously, and that can't be the only answer. But I do think there's a collective belief amongst our locker room, amongst our basketball operations, from coaches and front office, that we have a pretty complete team. We can always get better. We'll always look for ways to improve. But I think at the heart, we like what we have, and how can we improve on that? We'll see in the coming days. But we have a lot of good players and a lot of really, really good guys.
And then just to follow up on that, you mentioned Jamal. Do you have an update on him? How's he doing with his rehab?
He's doing great. He's been attacking rehab like we thought he would. He's such a tough-minded guy. He's chomping at the bit. We've got to slow him down. So, there's no rush in this injury, but he's doing fantastic. I'm really proud of how aggressively he's attacked his rehab thus far.
Brandon Cristal, KOA.
Hey Tim, how's it going? I'm curious, with Summer League coming up, what do you expect guys like Bones and Marcus Howard to do? What can you get out of that when you've got such a veteran team and not a lot of, spots to even use young guys? How do you use that?
Well, it's great. I mean, to talk about Marcus, he didn't have the benefit of Summer League last year. It'll be great for some of our guys. Zeke didn't have the benefit of Summer League, so have a more traditional summer. They've been in the gym a ton. Zeke and Marcus are workaholics, so it's fun to get out there and kind of play and be more the focal point than generally you are during the regular season. It's a great chance to continue to grow, and it's always a fun week. So, we're excited to see what they can do and just go out there and compete against kind of their peer group.
Mike Singer, Denver Post.
To follow up on that, is Bowl going to participate in Summer League? And if yes or if not, what's kind of his path forward in terms of finding something more sustainable in the rotation next season?
Yeah, he's got a couple options. So potentially we could see him in Vegas. The more he plays, the better. I think as Mo oftentimes says, the best teacher is time. So the more competitive basketball all our young guys can get, the better off they'll be. The dust will settle from the draft. We'll quickly hit free agency, and then we'll kind of get a good sense of who from our present roster will play Summer League.
We'll go back to Brandon Cristal, KOA Denver.
I guess I want to go off the board a little. I think Commissioner Silver said he's eager to get back to a regular schedule or the same schedule. But there's plenty of people that enjoyed watching basketball well into July and have it kind of featured where it was. Do you have an opinion one way or the other? Because I guess once things change, they change. I mean, just because you always did something the same, I mean, people used to smoke on airplanes and they don't anymore. So, sometimes new things can be better.
I'm no smoking on airplanes, and I am a hard no on doing this on July 29th. It's been a pretty aggressive last 19 months. I know we've got a great staff. These guys are tired. I think they'd all welcome a bit of a reprieve from what has been pretty much a nonstop 2-year period. So whatever's good for the league, we'll support. But speaking solely for myself and my family, it's be nice to just kind of get away a little bit with the kids and wife, and turn the phone off.
All right, we got time for one last one. We're going to go back to Brandon Cristal.
Yeah, I just following up. I'm saying if you start in December, then the whole calendar shifts, not year to year, jacking with it, but you get the same normal break. You just push it back and you start later and finish it.
No, I know. I'm just saying we haven't had a break in a couple of years. So at this moment, that doesn't sound. I understand the dynamics. I understand. I get how the 12-month calendar works. And again, if it's good for the league, we're all for it. I'm just saying that at this very moment, doesn't sound too awesome.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks for sitting down with us, Tim.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.